Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the Consistently Creative Crew's Open Crop. This month, we are going to assemble the This Life Simple Page Kit number 1. Colleen is going to be showing the cutting. I'll be doing the talking. Kari is moderating and writing in the chat, and also she's going to create this digitally. And we also have in the chat the measurements. Kari created a nice little document that actually has the measurements. So if you do not have this kit that comes with the piece of paper that is all nicely laid out and segregated there for us in the little cutting guide, you can do it with the measurements that we're going to supply for you. So you can create this if you do not have this particular kit. All right. So Colleen's going to start. The first cut goes along the blue line, and you turn it over into your trimmer, and you're cutting on the line where number 1 and number 2 are, and you're going to cut, and that cut is at the 6-inch mark. And when you use your Creative Memories trimmer, you can pull down your little cutting guide to make sure that those little lines are accurately on this teeny little line. And Colleen is showing you there your little cut guide that is normally at the top and bottom of your trimmer tucked in there, but those pop out so you can get a nice crisp line. And so that is cut on the 6-inch mark. So now you're going to take that piece of paper and turn it, rotate it, and you're going to cut down on that line between the 1 and the 2. And that cut is at 4 inches. So that's basically, eight, right. Hang on one second. Yes, it's 8 because it's the photo map is 4 by 6. So the number 1 piece of paper is 6 by 8. And the number 2 piece of paper is 6 by 4. Okay, and those are good to go. Okay, then we're going to turn the paper and cut at the 3 on the line right below the 3.
That's 2 inches.
Yes, that is at 2 inches, and this piece of paper is going to end up being 2 by 6. And if you flip that over and show, that is purple with little dots on it. Okay, so that is a 2 by 6-inch piece. And then we're going to take the remaining piece with the 4, 5, and 6 on it, and we're going to cut it at the 1. It's basically 1 inch right after the 4. And so these 2 strips that Colleen is cutting now they are 1 inch by 10 inches. And that when she flips it over, you will see that is the stripe. It is the light purple and white stripe, and it's on an angle. It's very pretty. And then we end up with that last piece that is the blue again. That's going to be our long photo mats there. And the measurement on that is 10 inches by 4 inches. And see how easily that cut up, and that is the cutting. That's it. So when you spread out these 2 pieces of background paper that Colleen's showing here, it's the very pretty ombre purple. Just please notice that the bottom of that piece of paper is wider. So where she has her hands at the bottom there, that is 2.5 inches. And the one at the top is 1.5 inches. Okay, and that's because we're going to place the little striped paper, those 1 by 10-inch pieces, are going to go underneath the bottom like so.
Did you just butt it up against it, Cheryl?
Yep, just put it right up against that edge.
Yeah.
And the same on the other side. And then we're actually going to put stickers on where they are butting up together. There's a border sticker that's going to go there. And so now you could take piece number 1, which was the bigger blue piece that we were left with. And there you go. You're going to center that in there. And it is slightly lower because there's another piece. The number 3 piece is going to, no, I mean, you have it in the right spot, but it was a little bit lower. And then that 3, the piece number 3 is going to go at the top, and that's where we're going to put our title. And that's why that's down just a little bit. Then that, yep, that strip is going to go over there. And then the other one right there. So what you're going to do before you put all those down is you're going to get your border stickers. And so if you notice they're ombre-ed, and I did this and I didn't really notice it until I set them down. I think that you will see more of the darker and will stand out more if you start with your darker on your outside edges. Does that make sense, Colleen?
Yep. And it goes at the joint between these two?
Yes. Yep.
And goes all the way to the end.
Yep. It goes all the way across. And the reason I think that that looks better like that is because if you start your darker piece again on your, so the darker part will be on your right more. And then the 2 lighter sides are going to match up in the middle, and that's going to end up being covered under the blue mat that's going to come down. Perfect. And then the blue comes down, and it's about, measure, I think it's about 1 inch from the bottom.
I have to trim mine. My cut wasn't clean.
Okay.
Ink on the edge of my.
Yep. Yeah, and so, you know, if you're off just a little teeny bit, you can just give them a little trim. And then he's laughing at something.
I don't know, is that Vivian laughing?
So I put mine in about, I would say 3/4 of an inch from the edge, and then 1 inch, a little over 1 inch from the bottom. And then what I ended up doing, and a lot of times what I recommend is just put a little bit of repo on that photo mat that Colleen's just setting down, because your photos might be different. And so at this point, Colleen, oh, wait, you didn't put down the one on the left yet. Forgot about that. So on the stickers, you're going to, you can put either the celebrate or the memories into that purple square. And if you're not ready to commit, Colleen, yet, because you don't know what you're going to do, you don't necessarily have to put one down unless you know what you're going to want to be doing. We could flip to my screen where I've already had the layout done, if you like, and you can see where I put the celebrate here, and then I put the stars here, very much like the instructions show. I was trying to basically do almost exactly what the instructions showed. And so what I did is I recommend, like I put this together before I had my photos chosen. So I just put the hat off to the side a little bit more than they show, and I put the let's party down below. So if you look at what the company did, they put it over the photograph, and I didn't have my photos yet. So I just put it down there. So I had completed mine, even though I didn't have my photos yet. And if you notice on the companies, they have the two photos here that are 3.5 by 5.5. Well, I didn't have two photos that were going to go here. So I ended up cutting this one, and I took these two pictures and basically took up the space of one. Okay. So you can do that, obviously, and you could also turn your pictures in a different orientation if you needed to. And then the same with over here. The company had us putting in one photo on this larger photo mat, and I had two. So I wanted to bring it up a little. So one was, you know, delivering the cake all lit with the candles, and then my father blowing out the 80 on his candles. So I had the two pictures there. And then I did do the three as they showed. So what I recommend, if you don't have your photos when you're putting together a layout like this, is I would just take this piece that Colleen put on, put a little teeny bit of repo in the middle so that you know that it goes with this layout, but you can move it easily. And I did also, I put the balloons off to the side because, again, I didn't have my pictures when I put them down. So there are a decent amount of stickers on here that you can use and create either another border or a whole nother layout if you like to. And this actually coordinates, this collection coordinates beautifully with our birthday bonanza. So this is the same birthday party continuing along in my book. And I think it's going to coordinate really nicely with this, with the purples and the, you know, all the nice colors. So the collection, the This Is Life collection, is going to coordinate with a lot of our collections that we already have. So does anybody have any questions? And I'm not sure if people are creating with us, but I know we have a couple ladies on, Kari being one of them, who are working digitally to try and create this as well. So hopefully we can see what they have created in a little bit. Maybe we'll take a little pause so they can finish up, unless you are.
Sounds
Kari,
good.
take a pause?
Yes.
Okay, we'll take a pause and we'll join you back in a little bit.
All right, so we took a brief pause and took a look at the digital page. So I created one that has the dimensions on it, as well as the information about the photo dimensions on it. So if you're watching the recording and you want to just capture this, just pause it for a few moments while you're trying to do that. A couple of notes for you is that this purple section that is back here behind the big photo mat and the two photos on the left page is actually part of the original base paper. And so just in case, obviously, if you're doing this digitally, you really do need to know what dimensions that section was. So we put that in here for you. Hopefully that helps. I did not put stickers or embellishments or anything like that because I felt with all the dimensions, it was pretty crowded already. One other comment, when you go to do this, if you want to do this digitally, I really suggest doing either the right or the left page first, and then use your buttons over on the side of Artisan where you can actually insert a mirror image of this page. So if you see that when I click on the image of the page on the right-hand side of it, it says insert a mirror image of this page. And then you don't actually have to redo the whole background, get everything aligned, get it all set up. And you can just go in and put in your photos and your photo mats on the other page. So that's just a quick time-saving tip. And we have somebody else. Lynn actually did this digitally. So Lynn, go ahead and share your screen and you can show your page.
Okay, I don't have this particular project set up like a book, so I can only show one page at a time, unfortunately. And again, I didn't put any embellishments on it either because I don't know exactly what photos I'm going to use, but I wanted to get the proportions of the pieces and the layout of them established. So this is my left page. And this is my right page. And all I have to do is find the photos that I want to put in there. And I know I have photos here. I could just take a photo.
Love your colors, Lynn.
This is the house that I grew up in Cincinnati, and I can just drag the photo over there if I want it. So anyway.
That's nice. I love the way that turned out and how it looks. And how it looks so different from the original, but it's a great layout.
Yeah, and for this, I just did a cut on a strip of paper instead of a sticker. The actual kit I was using is a Christmas baking kit, and I didn't have anything straight in it to put down there, so I just made up my own.
Nice.
Good.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Thank you.
We can go back. Let's go back to Colleen's table so we can see her purples. So this is the layout. Really nice. Looks like it came together pretty easily.
Yep, and I still have lots of embellishments to put on. I
Colleen,
tried photos.
Any tips when people are cutting the paper? Was there anything that you found to be helpful with cutting and turning that over?
I think it's easier. I would do it if I were to do it again. I would cut it from the paper side, so the image should.
From the color side, so that way you're sure that you get a nice clean cut.
I had to go back and cut this piece and this piece because I went over.
It's a line, right?
That, yeah, if you figure out where the cut lines are and then flip it over onto the colored side, then you can get a cleaner cut.
Right.
Nice.
So I would take the instructions and like Cheryl already did and figure out what the measurements are. And then I would cut it with the pattern size of the paper up.
Right.
Nice.
Yep.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Great tip.
All right.
Okay, let's show Cheryl's one last time. Okay.
So there's the layout one last time. And then here is next month's kit. And we are going to be doing this one on February 7th. So we'll be a little more prepared, but this one obviously has a little bit of a Valentine's theme going on. And where's the one cut apart? This one? This one. So we're going to cut this one apart. And so it'll be just as easy. And we'll hopefully be a little bit more organized getting everything ready. But I hope you are able to get this kit and get it to you by the 7th. Where are we? So that will be next week at this time. Our schedule is slightly different. We normally do our photo fun time, but Kari is going to be taking photos and having fun on her trip that she worked to earn. So anyway, she's going to be having fun and getting some good pictures. And Colleen and I will be here to help you create this one next week.
I may be sitting in the airport joining you, so we'll see. I may be letting y'all in while I'm sitting in the Newark airport, but it'll all be good. It's all going to work out fine. So awesome. Great idea, Cheryl. Thank you for doing it. Colleen, thank you for demoing it. I think this is going to be a wonderful addition, and we will put some instructions on our page as soon as I get them all together. So look for those this week. And thanks everyone for joining us.
Thanks, Kari.
Thanks everybody.